In this video, I'll be reviewing Spike Lee's masterclass on independent filmmaking. So it hasn't been that long since I first saw a Spike Lee joint. So far, I've only seen Do the Right Thing, BlacKkKlansman, and She's Gotta Have It, which all three of those I really loved. I really like his fresh and unique style of filmmaking, and also his movies are so fun to watch, but yeah, at the same time, they also are really thought-provoking, yeah, especially with his endings. Yeah, I just really like his style of filmmaking. So that was a big reason why I wanted to do his next. And another reason why I chose to do his masterclass was because I'm a big fan of independent films, or indies as they're called. Because yeah, you oftentimes have young and unexperienced filmmakers like myself who have a great idea in their head and have a small budget oftentimes. So yeah, these are all things that he talks about in his masterclass, and I really learned a lot about filmmaking in general in his masterclass. Yeah, not only did I learn a lot about filmmaking and cinema, his masterclass was just really fun. He's a really funny guy. He told a bunch of stories that happened on set or behind the scenes, and yeah, you could really tell that he was having a great time. And so I think I went through this, I think it's about 19 lessons. I went through those throughout one weekend because I had just so much fun watching all of it. All right, I'll just quickly scroll through here so y'all can see what it's about. Just feel free to pause it at any time. Yeah, he talks a lot about the most important things of filmmaking. As always, you have an introduction of the filmmaker, of the teacher. He then talks about putting words on paper and storytelling. Yeah, before you can make a movie, you gotta have a interesting story with a great plot in there. And yeah, he talks about that. Personally, one of my favorite lessons was Spike's Film 101s, Part 1, or also Part 2 that we have down here. Yeah, he talked a lot about just the world of cinema. And what was also really good were the case studies here. For example, he talked about financing Malcolm X. He talks about storyboarding. He showed how they storyboarded a scene from Malcolm X and then the way they shot it. What I also really enjoyed was he talked a lot about, the chemistry and the relationships between directors and actors and just with everyone on set. Morale needs to be really good. What he says is really important is, as an independent filmmaker, you don't really have the budget to give big salaries to everyone on set, but what you need is that you feed them. You gotta feed your staff members, because if you don't, they're gonna get pissed off, and yeah, they're gonna lose motivation real fast. So even if you can't pay them, just be sure to give them food and drinks while on set. Again, collaborating and improvising with actors, really, I think, and you can tell in his movies too, that his movies are so fun to watch because the chemistry behind the scenes is already there. And so when they're filming the actual movie, yeah, they get along really well, and makes a great movie. If you've seen any of Spike Lee's films, you definitely know that music plays an important part in it. Throughout this masterclass, I found out that his father has composed some of his movies, and yeah, that's really cool to see. So he also has, yeah, music plays an important part in his movies as well. Down here, you got some more just things about filmmaking, and again at the end, you hear some of his parting words. He just encouraged you again to just grab a camera, go out there, and find a way to get your movie done. So that was real motivating. The class book was very helpful too. A lot of great links and movies to watch in there. Yeah, I definitely want to check out On the Waterfront sometime, which is one of Spike Lee's favorite films. Marlon Marlon Brando plays in there, and he talked a lot about his really great performance in there. So yeah, I really loved Spike Lee's Masterclass. I learned a lot, and yeah, I laughed even more. It was really fun to listen to him, and he told some really fun stories that really just made you want to go out there and be filming with your friends or just with fun people, and how obviously making a movie can be stressful and it's definitely going to be hard, but there are just certain moments throughout filmmaking that will just stick with you for the rest of your life. The relationships you build while filming, yeah, are very special. These are some of the things I learned in his masterclass. Yeah, if you have the annual subscription, I highly recommend to check it out. Next, I'll be doing Ron Howard's masterclass on directing. So I'll see you all for that video.